Hi everyone. So I wanted to share with you tonight what I'm making for dinner. We're having Italian pork sausages, sweet sausages with onions and peppers and a balsamic dressing. And we have some Italian bread to serve that with. So I have a bag of frozen bell peppers that I usually get from my, when they're on sale in the supermarket and stuff like that, or the farmer's market. And then I slice them up and I actually freeze them to use for stir fries and everything like that. And instead of the traditional onions, I'm using the leeks that I got from the CSA. So I slice them up and I wash them because they do get quite a bit of dirt in them. So you have to make sure you really rinse them and soak them really well. Drain the water, you'll see all the dirt that goes to the bottom. So I'm going to use those instead of regular onions. And then I have the garlic scapes that I chopped up, so I'm going to use that instead of regular garlic. Then, when that is all done, I put this Trader Joe's Tuscan Italian dressing, which is so good. Sometimes I make this dish with pasta, but we have Italian bread, so I'm just doing the sausage, peppers, and onions with the dressing, and we're going to have it with the bread. So I do have the Italian sausages cooking up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the leeks. So I'm going to drizzle some olive oil on the side there, make some room, and eventually I'll take these sausages out and I will slice them up. And I like a lot of onions in mine, because they reduce, they get really sweet, so I like a lot of onions in my dish. So I'm going to let these saute, and I'll add the Holy Quartet. So we have the oil, avocado oil, a little bit of salt and pepper, and then I'll add the garlic scapes to them when they're a little cooked throughout. And then I'll add the peppers when they're pretty translucent. So you'll see that when I do that. Good. So here I have the leeks cooking. I removed the sausages because I'm going to chop them up and then return them. But they're cooking down and they're smelling delicious. I wish you could smell these. Honey, could you put salt and pepper on this? Come on. I only got one hand. Two hands, but really one. So my honey bunny is putting some salt, pink Himalayan sea salt, and some pepper. Yep, that is good. There you go. Nice. Okay. Nice. Great. Then I'm going to add my frozen peppers. I have a mixture of red, green, yellow. The red ones are really sweet. I tend to like the red ones. They are more expensive in the stores. But when they go on sale, or if I get a whole bunch from my CSA, slice them up and freeze them if we can't eat them fast enough, and then I use them in stir fries. So I'm going to let that cook down. I'm going to chop up my sausages that I have on the board here. I'll add my garlic scapes, and then the dish will all come together. So you'll see that in a few minutes. So in the meantime, this is what my husband's putting together. So do you want to talk about it?
It was a lot of work.
It was a lot of work. So we have broccoli. Wow, my voice cracked.
I need a nap.
He usually does the grilling, but he is learning how to do some of the cooking inside. And he has mastered the roasted green beans and the roasted broccoli, which are pretty much done the same way. So these are broccoli heads that we got from our CSA, and this is that purple cabbage, not cabbage,
Cauliflower.
Purple cauliflower that we got from the CSA. So he chopped them up, and these are the broccoli leaves that come on the heads. And what else?
White broccoli.
Well, cauliflower is a white broccoli, although this is the purple one.
It's a purple white. Yeah.
It's a purple white, so.
When I put on it, salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder, and olive oil.
Right, so we have the salt, the pepper, we have the Costco
Cut it all up,
garlic powder, and the onion powder. With olive oil.
With olive oil.
Right.
Very little olive. It may even actually need a little more.
No, I think it's coated nicely.
We like it a little crunchy though, so.
Yeah, it gets so delicious when the broccoli heads, the florets, get nice char with the black and the crispiness with all the seasonings. I mean, it's really, really good. So we're going to pop this in a 425 oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then it shall be done. So I'm going to do that. Let me get the oven open, and we're going to put that in. In you go. Okay. And you'll see all that come together. So now, wait. So now the peppers are nice and soft. They're cooked through. And the onions are doing really good. They're cooked through. So we're going to add the garlic scapes, and I chopped up the sausage, and we're going to return it back to the pan. And my husband's doing that for me because I couldn't do it and film it at the same time. You know, I need a tripod. But yeah. And it looks really good. It's such an easy dish to make. You can use turkey sausage, you can use chicken sausage. The Italian sweet sausage is what we have. Sometimes we like the hot sausage, but that's what we have, the Italian. So nice way to use my CSA greens. It's such a quick meal, and you don't even have to use sausage. You can do this with chicken, so it's really, really good. So we're going to let that cook a little more before I add the dressing, and then I'll show you how that goes. Alright, so here everything's cooked throughout, and now I'm going to add my Tuscan Italian dressing with balsamic vinegar, which is from Trader Joe's. It is so thick and creamy. It's a really good dressing. I've been using it for a long time. Like I said, usually I make this dish with pasta in it, and I add this. But today, not using pasta. So I'm going to pour that in and get that all coated. I'm going to turn off the heat and mix it around. And it's so tasty. I've tried other balsamic dressings, which you really just see the oil and the vinegar, but this one is a pretty thick one, and it has some other seasonings in it, and it's really, really tasty. So there's that. Got the heat off. And then I'll serve it with the Italian bread, and then my broccoli and cauliflower is still roasting. So that should be done in about 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to plate this all up. Here it is. Dinner's done. I actually garnished it with some parsley, flat Italian parsley, and basil that I got from my garden. Chopped it up, garnished that. And then here's the roasted cauliflower and the broccoli. Looks delicious. So I'm going to plate them up, serve it with bread. There you have it. The sauteed sausage, peppers, and leeks with balsamic dressing. Roasted broccoli and purple cauliflower with olive oil, salt and pepper, garlic powder and onion powder, and Italian bread. And that is what's for dinner tonight. No touch.